Which of the following roles allows a user to manage user accounts and groups in Microsoft Entra ID? A. Global Administrator. B. User Administrator. C. Billing Administrator. D. Security Administrator. La respuesta correcta es B. User Administrator. The User Administrator role allows a user to manage user accounts and groups in Microsoft Entra ID. The Global Administrator role has broader permissions, but the User Administrator role is specifically for managing users and groups. What is the primary purpose of a group in Microsoft Entra ID? A. To manage billing information. B. To organize resources for billing purposes. C. To assign permissions to multiple users simultaneously. D. To monitor security alerts. La respuesta correcta es C. To assign permissions to multiple users simultaneously. The primary purpose of a group in Microsoft Entra ID is to assign permissions to multiple users simultaneously, making it easier to manage access to resources. Which PowerShell's commandlet is used to create a new user in Microsoft Entra ID? A new Azure AD user. Add Azure AD user. Set Azure AD user. Decreate Azure AD user. La respuesta correcta es A. New Azure AD user. The new Azure AD user mainlet is used to create a new user in Microsoft Entra ID. The other commandlets listed do not exist or serve different purposes. How can you ensure that a user is required to use multi-factor authentication (MFA) in Microsoft Entra ID? A. Assign the user to a security group that requires MFA. B. Enable MFA for the user in the Azure portal. C. Configure a conditional access policy that requires MFA. D. Set the user's password to expire every 30 days. La respuesta correcta es C. Configure a conditional access policy that requires MFA. To ensure that a user is required to use multi-factor authentication (MFA), you can configure a conditional access policy that requires MFA. This is the most effective way to enforce MFA requirements. What is the function of the password reset feature in Microsoft Entra ID? A. To allow administrators to reset user passwords. B. To enable users to reset their own passwords. C. To synchronize passwords across multiple directories. D. To enforce password complexity requirements. La respuesta correcta es B. To enable users to reset their own passwords. The password reset feature in Microsoft Entra ID allows users to reset their own passwords, reducing the administrative burden and improving security by enabling self-service. Which of the following is a benefit of using dynamic groups in Microsoft Entra ID? A. Reduced administrative overhead. B. Improved billing accuracy. C. Enhanced security monitoring. D. Simplified resource tagging. La respuesta correcta es A. Reduced administrative overhead. Dynamic groups in Microsoft Entra ID reduce administrative overhead by automatically adding and removing users based on defined rules, ensuring that group membership is always up to date without manual intervention.